like days. Only been days, but it feel like months. Been gone for a year, only go like once. Life move fast and you do what you want. I guess I'm doing what I want. Hope you doing what you want. But what you want?
I don't know. My neighbors look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch front like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she too down. Do you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime,
Guess I'm doing what I want.
get some me time.
Hope you doing what you want.
Maybe I'll love myself, I don't know. Leave me here
Okay, good morning. It is currently 8:16 in the morning. Having my breakfast right now before I head to the gym. I gotta meet my friend there at 9. We're hitting legs today. It's been a minute since I made a video on here. I think it's been almost over a year, which is crazy because I told myself in the beginning when I first made that video that I was like, oh, I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna make so many videos, this and that. But in reality, I was low-key lying to myself. But the vision was there, but the execution could have been a little bit better. But whatever, we're here now. And maybe it'll be the same thing, who knows, but there's a time and place for everything. As of lately, I've been inspired to, kind of get back into my YouTube grind, or just specifically to make, some different content lately, because I've been on Instagram, TikTok, and making a little short form stuff. And that's cool and all, but at the same time, it's I can't really show my authenticity with that a little bit. I can't really show my personality too much like I would want to. I just don't feel like it would really work on there. I wanted to kind of talk about my perspective on, social media, the current state of the fitness industry, or I guess just the internet as a whole. I've noticed it's kind of gotten a lot very saturated with a lot of useless. I'm not gonna. I mean, you can call it you can call it useless, or you can call it something else. I don't know, but that's just how I'm describing it right now. But just kind of unproductive content in a way. It's just a lot of clickbait, a lot of people just kind of putting on a show for people, just to kind of get clicks and views. People just trying to sell you things. Just put on a front to make you watch. And obviously, yeah, it comes up on my feed all the time too. And I give into the content sometimes, because sometimes it may be funny, sometimes it may be entertaining, and that's the point of it anyway. That's what it's there for. But at the same time, it kind of just gets a little bit not overwhelming, but sometimes it just gets a little draining viewing that content all the time and only seeing that, or and that's how you get caught up in doom scrolling and all that type of stuff, which is one of my issues. And I'm trying to get better at it, but at the same time, we're all human, we all make mistakes. I wanted to kind of make this video to kind of give insight on what I want this channel to kind of be. I want it to be a space and a place where, you can come to kind of get away from all that. I'm not really one to put on a front for somebody, or try to put on a show, or take myself out of character to get views or clicks or anything like that. I want this to be a very authentic vibe. I want it to be very, chill. I want this channel to kind of be something for people to come to get away from all that. I don't really want to do any scripts. I don't want to do any, pre-writing. The only thing that I would probably do at most is plan out a video, if I were to do an explanation video, explaining maybe teaching you something or anything like that. That would be the only thing that would kind of be planned out in terms of how the video is structured, not necessarily what I'm necessarily saying word for word, but just to kind of make the video a little bit more understanding. But just regular videos like this, I don't want it to be anything other than just me on my grind, me doing what I'm doing, and you guys just being tagging along, watching the journey. But yeah, other than that, we got some breakfast here. I'll show you that. So we got 250 grams of egg whites. Just put a little salt and pepper on them. And then we have 90 grams of oats with 16 grams of peanut butter, 15 grams of honey, and then I just put some cinnamon on there. Usually I'll put a banana on the side too, but right now my bananas are still like super green, so we're still gonna have to wait on those for a little bit. But other than that, I will usually have either a coffee or I'll, like, depending on if I use pre-workout later on, I would have a cup of coffee or just take that out and use my pre-workout later, just so I don't have too much caffeine before my workout, because I've done that before and I was dead ass gassed the entire way through. So never making that mistake again. Yeah, for this leg session it's a hamstring focused. So we're doing about I hit legs twice a week. For the first leg day of the week is more quad focused. It'll be 3 quad movements and 2 hamstring movements. And then it's basically this flip-flopped on the hamstring day, 3 hamstring, 2 quads. And then in the beginning of the workout, I'll do I'll do calves first, and then I'll do hip abductors, just to kind of get a nice warm up and get a little stretch in the hips. But yeah, other than that, keep it plain and simple. I'm gonna just eat this up, and I'll catch y'all at the gym.
He didn't have to die.
What?
He didn't have to die.
You're crazy. You're absolutely insane. He killed your friend. Tried to murder Nightwing. Hell, he almost killed me, and you're sorry he's dead?
I had to try. If someone can be saved, I have to try.
Okay, so we just finished calf raises and hip abductors. Usually for this whole workout, I'll do like 2 sets of everything. That goes for every leg day that I do. It's usually just 2 sets. Warmed up, I like to put calf raises and hip abductors in the front of the workout just to kind of give a little bit of a warm up. Plus, I was watching a video of, I think it was Hani Rambod. If you guys know who that is, you need to watch him. He was speaking about weak points and how sometimes, people, when it comes to especially on leg days with calves and, hip abductors, a lot of people skip it because they put it at the end of the workout. So what he suggested was just putting it in the beginning to get it out the way and to go as hard as you can with them. Because at the end of it, after you've done, 4 or 5 exercises for hamstring and quads, you kind of don't go as hard with them and they continue to stay a weak point. So I just put them in the front just to kind of get them out the way and be able to put my full effort into them. But right now we're moving into the hamstring movements, starting with lying hamstring curls. I'll do this, and then I'll move on to RDLs, barbell RDLs. I'll do either barbell or dumbbell, whichever one I feel for that day. And then after that, I'll move on to seated hamstring curls. And then from there on, I'll do my quad movements. It'll probably be a leg press, maybe, and I'm trying to think. It'll be I know leg press will probably be one of them. And then I'll probably do this one variation that I seen in a video with Mike Thurston and Kevin Levrone. It was basically, I'll show you guys later too, but it was, if I do it, but if it's basically just like a heel elevated close stance squat with a barbell, no weight on it, just slow and controlled all the way through. Slow and controlled so that way you cut out all the momentum. If I end up doing it, I'll show you what it is, but we'll see when we get to the end of that. But yeah, I'm gonna start with these and move on from there.
You're afraid of you, of death. You're the last one.
You were supposed to be the last. Stark asked for a savior and settled for a slave.
I suppose we are both disappointments.
I suppose we are.
Humans are odd. They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't. But there is grace in it. I think you missed something.
They're doomed.
Yes. But the thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. It's a privilege to be among them.
You're unbearably naive.
Well, I was born yesterday.
Why did you choose this life?
What life?
To be a great warrior.
I chose nothing. I was born, and this is what I am. I'll tell you a secret. Something they don't teach you in your temple. The gods envy us. They envy us because we're mortal. Because any moment might be our last. Everything's more beautiful because we're doomed. We will never be here again.
What I remember about the rise of the Empire is how quiet it was. During the waning hours of the Clone Wars, the 501st Legion was discreetly transferred back to Coruscant. It was a silent trip. We all knew what was about to happen, what we're about to do. Did we have any doubts? Any private, traitorous thoughts? Perhaps, but Lord said a word. Not on the flight to Coruscant, not when Order 66 came down, and not when we marched into the Jedi Temple.
Okay, so I lied about leg press. Switched it over to the leg extensions. I got a lot going on today, and I'm not trying to be taxed from leg press, so I'm gonna just do leg extensions, and I'll probably do that other movement I was explaining earlier. The close stance, heel elevated. But yeah, we still gonna go hard on this one regardless.
I couldn't face the pain of losing you, so I ran away. And then I made myself not feel anything because I didn't want to feel the shame. The problem is that shame is the one thing that I still feel. I'm sorry that you went out like that. I should have been there. I am sorry that I named a stupid baseball bat after you. I'm sorry for all the pain that I put you through. I hope that you found someone the
Okay. Sorry for the loud DMX in the background. But we're in our last movement. Told y'all I would show y'all. So like I said, I got this from a video from Mike Thurston and Kevin Lebroni. It was, if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. It's really good. Basically, it's just a close stance, squat, heel elevated. And you really don't even need weight with this. I'm just using a 40-pound bar just for a guide. You can do it with no weight at all, or if you want to add weight, you can, but it's honestly just not recommended, so you can focus on the muscle you're trying to work. But, you know, by all means, do what you want to do. In the video, they didn't have these supports for your heels. They kind of just balanced on their tippy toes the entire time and kept it, you know, like that. But essentially, what it is you hold the bar at the bottom, feet as close as you can, as close together as you can, and you're basically just gonna come up to your knee. You're gonna have the bar, so that's why I said this bar is used as a guide. You're gonna bring the bar up to your knee, and that's full extent of how far you're coming up. And then you just go back down and up in that same pocket right there, and just stay right there until you hit failure. They went to 30, regardless of if you failed or not. You had to hit 30, but today I'm just gonna do 2 sets of failure and then call it from there. But yeah, let's get started. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. shit ain't no joke. Hey. Oh my God. Come on, give me a couple more. Oh my God. All right, I think that about does it. But that just goes to show of how you don't even need weight on this exercise. This is only a 40-pound bar, and it had me dying like that. So imagine if you put 100 or more, you know what I mean? This exercise isn't meant to be, you know, heavyweight, strength focused. It's more slow and controlled, more focused on the muscle, the quad, isolating it out, and really making it burn and put some work into it. But yeah, other than that, that concludes this workout. I gotta get out of here. I got here late. I told y'all I'll be here at 9, but I really didn't get here until like 10:15. So, and my friend canceled on me, so I'm here by myself. But yeah, other than that, we still got it done. We're gonna get out of here. I'll catch you on the next video.